the kind of lefty horseshoe people, the RFK Tulsi crowd, they cared about Epstein, and they also wanted Trump to be a peacenik on foreign policy. He's failing them on both.
What's going on, you guys? Today we have both David Pakman and Tim Miller slamming Andrew Schulz. Andrew Schulz is getting the 2-for-1 special, talking out of his butt about Donald Trump. Let's get into it.
But no, anyway, no matter what happens, I think Trump is, we're stuck with him.
So given that, what is the potential impact of what we might learn? Is it'll hurt Republicans in 26 and 28? Is it like what is it Trump's legacy?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that just on the actual substance of what we might learn, I don't know, like there might be legal consequences for people, probably not Trump. But I do think it's preposterous to think that Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were the only people that were involved in this effort, right? So there could be actual consequences for people. Politically speaking, I think the potential consequences of fragmenting of MAGA, and I don't mean, and I mean it in the broadest sense. Let me rephrase that: a fragmenting of the Trump coalition, because I think that MAGA eventually comes back around to everything. He was right when he said Fifth Avenue back in 2016, and it's like essentially a cult. And some people leave cults, but the preponderance of people stay, right? And so I think that the core MAGA base will be resilient in the face of this, but the broader coalition, I think, has real potential for fragmenting. And if you think about the newest people that came in, the kind of lefty horseshoe people, the RFK Tulsi crowd, they cared about Epstein, and they also wanted Trump to be a peacenik on foreign policy. He's failing them on both. And you could see them kind of reverting back either, I don't know, to the Democrats or just no longer being part of a Republican coalition in the future. And then you have an even bigger group, which is more of the younger, non-ideological men who, for shorthand, we'll call the manosphere type people who went with Trump across races, black, brown, white, and who also are just looking at Trump and seeing him do this cover up and be like, this guy's a fucking politician like everybody else. Like, I didn't like him because I'm a conservative or I'm a MAGA nationalist. Like, I liked him because he seemed like he was not a politician. He was going to go in there and cause problems. And you can just already see the disillusionment. I know, like, you can see it in Rogan and Theo Vaughn
Yep.
and Andrew Schultz. Like, I don't like, and that is a significant part of his coalition. So I think that.
I mean, you literally have Andrew Schultz saying, I didn't want this Donald Trump in office. I didn't think that he was going to just start wars and, make everything, doing this big, beautiful bill, helping out the rich. I didn't think that this was actually going to happen. I don't see how he didn't see that coming, given that Donald Trump is like, he's really see-through for a lot of people. Like the people who fell for it, you can start to like, I don't want to judge them at all, but they do just seem like a little, not the best at critical thinking, I guess is the best way I could put it. But yeah, I mean, you have Andrew Schultz, Joe Rogan, all of them straight up just starting to backtrack on their decision.
Political ramification of this. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And one of the things I've been interested in looking at, and I kind of want to hear from you as someone who worked in the PR and the messaging side, is from reading a lot of political books, it seems as though it's common that when there's some crisis, when the messaging comms and PR people get together, tell me if I'm wrong, it seems like it's common to game out every possibility. What if we went with this story? What if we went with that story? And so like some of the anecdotes we've learned about Harris's staff when Biden was in this period of, is he going to run? Is he going to not? Was like, okay, let's have a plan for if he drops out and endorses you. Let's have a plan for if he drops out and doesn't. Let's have a plan for if he dies. Here, what you
Yeah,
see,
all right.
they had all these plans. Can you talk a little bit about like when you were doing this stuff, did you game out even ridiculous ideas just to go, let's game it out to see what would we say? And then people go, okay, that's crazy. We're not going to do that, but we've thought about it.
Yeah, not really. To me, would be the honest answer to that. I mean, we definitely like a version of this, like in a campaign setting, which is not a PR issue like this, but is more like we gamed out a lot of different ways to deal with Trump. In 2016, as the Jeb campaign, and like kind of create like, what if he does? What if he says this crazy thing on stage, right? Because like Trump himself is very unpredictable. But like most of these types of stories, like there aren't that many types of options. You got door A, which is you rip the Band-Aid off and tell do sunlight and tell the truth and say, guys, here it is, whatever, right? there's door B, which is like we're gonna stonewall and try to ride this thing out, and eventually people will stop caring and they'll care about something else, or give door C where we like give an excuse or an explanation that we hope right. Like that's kind of it. Like those are the options. Like this is a very unique case where it's like you don't even know what's in there. You know what I mean? Like I think back to Jeb and like he had like one example of this is kind of similar is Florida has a very open sunshine laws, and Jeb was a big emailer, so he emailed for there's 10 years worth of emails, and we're like, who the fuck knows what's in there, right? And so like there was like a planning of like, what if he sent an email? You know what I mean? So that is, I guess, a more similar version to this.
Just for some context, they're currently referring to just the different ways that Trump's PR team is handling this Epstein scandal. I mean, from what people are talking about, it's not quote unquote Trump that is wanting to cover up this entire situation. It's actually the CIA or the FBI, or it's all these different people that if Trump talks about it, he's going to be the one. The same thing is going to happen to him as it did to Epstein, even though Trump is the one who put Kash Patel in charge of the FBI. He's the one who is sort of calling the shots at this current moment and talking about Trump. So it's just he's the one that chose Pam Bondi. It's just different. It's a lot of different misdirection, and they're really playing off of the fact that his fans want to believe in him. His fans do not want to think of, oh, hey, I got duped by this guy, and he actually doesn't really stand for anything whatsoever.
And but I don't even know if they can do that because this is all being driven by Trump.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's no way that the strategy they've put forth would be the strategy that Susie Wiles and Chris LaCivita like have come up with, or the strategists or whatever. Like
Well,
they're
that's
just
the question of
reacting
when
to what
when you
Trump
get
posts.
simultaneously the files don't exist and my name's in them, but only
Yeah.
because Comey put it in there.
Right. Yeah.
I can't imagine that's Susie Wiles.
Yeah, no. No. I think this is all Trump, and they're just kind of live reacting to the principle. So so luckily, I mean, they've been to the White House, so I guess not luckily for me, but, luckily I never had any candidates that were just, like, randomly posting crazy shit, and I just had to figure out how to deal with it, so I think it's a unique
Right.
situation.
I wanna talk a little bit in the time we have left just
Yeah,
about, like, what you all are doing at the Bulwark, how you're growing, Substack. I mean, the success you all are having, I see that you're doing the live events.
yeah.
I don't even know what size team there is at this point, but, like, what would you say is the key thing that you've done that has allowed you to grow so quickly?
I appreciate that, man. I I think that, like, the key things were, 1, that the fact that now we've kind of expanded beyond this, and we have people from a lot of different backgrounds, like ideologically and experience-wise, but, like, the original core group were never Trumpers, were people who were kind of cast out of the party or cast out of their magazine, in the case, The Weekly Standard. And I think that because we were cast out of the party, because we didn't really have a realistic hope of getting back in, and because we didn't really think that the Democrats, like, it wasn't like a hope that I was gonna be comms director for Hillary Clinton or whatever in 2016. So, like, when this all started, it was like, we might as well just say what we really think. Like, we might as well just be honest, and we might as well just be candid, and, like, we'll see, and maybe this will turn into something, maybe it won't. And, like, when we started, it was kind of a flyer. It was like a side project for a lot of people that were involved. And I think that worked, right? Like, it just worked. It's what people want, like, is
There we have it, you guys. We have David Pakman and Tim Miller talking about the current political landscape with the brosphere. You have all of the different podcasters and people that are starting to, as Tim Miller said, get disillusioned with everything that's going on with Epstein, with Trump, just in general, all of the things that Trump is sort of, saying that he was going to do, and now he's not doing it. We're only 9 months in, and it is getting pretty chippy out here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So it's another day in the progressive way.